Okay, all right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down a pretty incredible playbook today. It comes from the folks at Smart Remote Gigs, and it's all about building an AI-powered social media system that, get this, basically gives you your week back.
So let's start with a number, 18. Now, for a lot of you out there, social media managers, freelancers, creators, this number, well, it probably hits a little too close to home. It's a huge pain point.
Yep, 18 hours every single week. I mean, think about that. That's more than 2 full workdays just gone. Just scheduling, posting, managing content, and you're just stuck in this relentless cycle, right?
But what if it didn't have to be like that? What if you could take that number and just crush it? The system we're digging into today promises to do exactly that. We're talking about slashing that time commitment while at the same time actually boosting your performance. Sounds pretty good, right? Let's see how they do it. Okay, so first, we have to talk about the problem. The source calls it the content hamster wheel, and that's just the perfect description, isn't it? You're just running and running, creating, posting, but you're not really getting anywhere. The answer isn't just buying another shiny tool. No, it's about a totally new way of thinking. It's about building an automated stack. And wow, this chart right here really lays it all out. Look at the difference. Your weekly time, it just plummets from 18 hours down to under 3. The amount of content you can put out, it more than doubles. And check out the engagement lift, a 34% bump, all because you're using AI to predict the best times to post. But here's the real kicker, the thing I want you to pay attention to, that last row, sentiment analysis. In the old way of doing things, it's just not there. And that, as we're about to see, is a huge, huge risk. So, the big question is, how do we actually build this thing? Well, it all starts with pillar number 1, your content engine. And the goal here is pretty simple, but it's a game changer. You stop creating new stuff from scratch every single day. Instead, you take one single really good idea and you make it power your content for an entire month. All right, here's the 4-step process designed specifically for a solo creator. First, you pick what's called a core asset. This could be a blog post, a podcast episode, whatever. Then you let an AI loose on it and have it pull out, say, 10 different microtopics. Now, step 3 is where the magic really happens. You tell the AI, okay, take this idea, but write it for X. Now write it for LinkedIn. Now make it an Instagram caption. You're tailoring the tone for each platform. And finally, you just plug it all into a scheduler like Buffer that uses AI to post at the absolute best times for your specific audience.
Okay, but what if you want to supercharge this whole process? There's a little pro tip here that can get you a pretty massive boost. We're talking a 28% increase in followers saves.
And it's so simple, it's brilliant. All you have to do is find your top 3 best performing posts from the last 3 months, you feed them to the AI and say, hey, match this style, match this voice. That's it. When you do that, you get that big jump in saves. You're not guessing anymore, you're literally teaching the AI what your audience has already told you they love.
All right, pillar 2. This is where we flip the script a little bit. Instead of just shouting content out into the world, we're going to focus on listening to what's coming back. It's time to activate your own automated brand monitoring system, your listening post.
Listen, if you're an agency or any kind of growing brand, this part is absolutely non-negotiable. You start by building a really specific search query. Tracking your brand name, your key products, maybe even your top competitors. You feed that into a platform like Brand24 and boom, a task that used to take 2.5 hours manually is now just a 15-minute check-in each day. Then you set up some rules. Neutral mentions, they can get an automated response. But anything negative, it gets flagged immediately for a real person to handle.
And if you're still not convinced this is important, just read this quote. The source lays it out as a massive red flag. You cannot just blindly pump out AI-generated content without listening to the conversation. I mean, imagine a crisis hits your brand and your AI is just merrily posting tone-deaf promotional stuff. Yikes. This listening post is your safety net.
Okay, let's talk about the third and final piece of the puzzle, launching the clipping machine. This is an absolute game changer for anyone who makes long-form video. Think podcasters, YouTubers. If you want to take over platforms like TikTok and Reels without wanting to pull your hair out editing for hours, this is for you. And the process is just unbelievably efficient. You take your full-length video and upload it to a tool like Opus Clip. The AI scans the whole thing and literally picks out the moments it thinks have the best shot at going viral. You can even filter by its virality score. Then you can use another prompt to spit out captions and even ideas for B-roll. That extra footage that makes a clip look super polished. You put it all together and schedule it. And get this, a process that used to take about 4 hours now takes 12 minutes. Just 12 minutes.
And you might be thinking, can an AI really pick better clips than me? Well, the results are pretty staggering. We're looking at a 3.4 times multiplier on a really important metric. So what does that number actually mean? It means that in the tests, the clips that the AI gave a virality score over 72 got 3.4 times more shares than other clips from the exact same video. Let that sink in. The AI is literally predicting what your audience is most likely to share. That's insane. So, we've walked through the 3 pillars: the content engine, the listening post, and the clipping machine. So what's the big takeaway here? It's this. It's all about a fundamental mindset shift. These AI tools, they aren't just a shortcut to make one post a little faster. They are the building blocks of an entire operational system.
And this right here really breaks down the new division of labor. Think of it like this. The AI becomes your tireless intern. It handles the content generation, the first drafts, the basic copy. But your job, the human's job, gets a major promotion. You're now in charge of content operations. You're the strategist, the analyst. You're the architect of the whole system.
Which, of course, brings us to the elephant in the room. The question everyone's asking, is AI going to take my job? And the answer from the source material is crystal clear. No, AI is not going to replace social media managers, but it will replace social media managers who refuse to use AI. See the difference? It takes away all the boring, repetitive grunt work, which actually frees you up to do the high-level work, the strategy, the analysis, the human judgment. It makes you more valuable, not less.
And I think this final quote just wraps everything up perfectly. This isn't just about content generation, it's about content operations. And that distinction, that small change in how you think about it, is everything. It's what separates the creators who are going to scale and grow from the ones who are just going to keep stalling out on that hamster wheel. So I guess the only question left is, which one are you going to be?